Hey everyone, it's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community on the planet. Today's Tuesday, September 19th. Hope you're well. And in this video, we're going to be discussing Canopy Growth Corporation, ticker symbol CGC on the Nasdaq and WEED on the TSX. We're going to be discussing the reverse split potential and share consolidation. And for the seventh day in a row now, we've closed above $1 USD. So we need 3 more days. I repeat, 3 more days closing above $1 to regain compliance with the minimum bid price rule with the Nasdaq. So we can do that this week. So if we close Wednesday, Thursday, Friday above $1, we're going to regain that compliance right ahead of the meeting on Monday, September 25th. But before we get to it, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe. Tick the bell, you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. If you're wondering where you can purchase CGC, there's some links here. If you go to the About page, these are affiliate links. So full disclosure, I do get a kickback for them. But right now, Wealthsimple is a great way to do it. If you're in Canada, Questrade, tons of other options as well. But Wealthsimple is giving a bonus right now between $40 and $1,200 just to sign up. And I'm hearing tons of people getting $40, $80. And again, it's free to sign up. But you can check out those links there. They're trusted and vetted links. Also, make sure to give Pow Group a follow on X, which is formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. So again, the handle for that is @GroupPow. Also, I did launch Pow merchandise. So you can go to powmerch.ca and you can scroll down and get your Team Canopy and Pursuit of Wealth version hoodie. Getting a lot of great feedback, tons of orders already being placed. So over 20 orders already. And there is a 10% off coupon for the end of this month to the end of September, POWG420. You can use that at checkout to get 10% off. Like I said, I really do love each and every one of you supporting me along the way. The amount of response from that has been great. And like I said, it's been a journey and I really am grateful to be here with you all. But taking a look at some of the videos I just posted. So yesterday I posted a video on Canopy Growth and Columbia Care. And Columbia Care is actually going through a rebranding. They're going to be called the Cannabis Co. And yeah, you can take a look at that video. But essentially, they're both raising $25 million in private placement. It came at a good time right after the stock prices started to soar. Canopy Growth used that, that momentum and that increase in share price to raise $25 million through private placements and institutional investors. So this is great. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. But this is great. This is a vote of confidence from institutions. They're not putting in $25 million just to blow it away, right? They think that there's lots of reward here. There's definitely risk, but there's definitely lots of reward. And we know that Canopy is getting rid of they got creditor protection as they look to sell the BioSteel, their BioSteel stake. Also just did a video on who will benefit from rescheduling. So who benefits the most from Schedule 3 recommendation, multi-state operators, so producers in the US or producers in Canada, LPs. Also just did a video on Aurora. They confirmed approval transfer to the Nasdaq capital markets. And they're seeking an additional 180 days extension to regain compliance. So very interesting timing where we could see Aurora get an extension. And like I said, if we close above $1 here for CGC, the next 3 days we regain compliance ahead of the 25th. On the 25th, on Monday, is the meeting for the share consolidation proposal, which we know is a 1-for-15 reverse split. So wouldn't that be ironic and coincidence, just very timely on the chart and on the calendar to do that right before, ahead of that meeting, right? So keep in mind, though, if we don't close above $1 over the next 3 days, we could see some massive sell-offs. So just be prepared for all scenarios. None of us know for sure. None of us have crystal balls, but we can prepare for all directions, which is up, down, and sideways, right? So as long as you have a plan for all. And then, like I said, the fact that Aurora is getting a potential 180 days, it seems like we could see some light at the end of the tunnel here. And like I said, with so many catalysts looming, we know the MJ Act is up for review here in Canada. So we could see improvements to packaging, labeling, advertising, marketing, taxation, that type of thing. There's also safe banking vote on September 27th. There's also the rescheduling recommendation from HHS that could get a sign off by the DEA over the next couple months. We have potential for legalization of medical in the US, and then we also have Germany coming online. We also have uplisting to the NYSE and the Nasdaq, right? Safe banking. We also have, there was one more catalyst as well, Florida on the ballot for 2024 and individual states as well. So there's lots going on, and it's very, very possible that these companies avoid another reverse split. This would be Canopy Growth's first, but Aurora just did a 12-for-1 reverse split. So this would definitely be a crisis averted for Aurora. But if we take a look at CGC, after hours here was sitting flat. So it was at 102, then 103, now it's at 104 actually. So again, if we take a look at the chart here on September 11th, we closed at 169, then 134, 116, 125, 135, 114, and then today by the skin of the teeth closed at 103. So that makes 7 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we just need 1, 2, 3 on Friday this week. We could potentially close above that $1 mark and regain compliance organically. And we still have Canopy still has until January 11th to regain compliance, right? And they could even get a 180-day extension as well, just like Aurora did, right? So it's not the end of the world, even if there was a reverse split. I personally don't want there to be a reverse split, right? I own Canopy, full disclosure. And none of this is financial advice, by the way. This is only for entertainment purposes and informational purposes. And don't ever buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write, right? I'm just a dude on the internet. I'm giving my thoughts and opinions. Canopy is about 5 to 7% of my whole entire MJ portfolio. I think it's worth the risk. There's definitely risk, but very, very high reward as well. But Canopy is confirming a daily downtrend here with the high, low, lower high, and lower low. So once we lost support there at 104, we confirmed the daily downtrend. But at the moment, we're not seeing much follow through. And when you change a trend like that, it means zoom out to the weekly and look for weekly consolidation, right? So when you confirm a daily downtrend, that means weekly consolidation, meaning we're losing the low of the previous candle, and that's exactly what's happening, right? So we are starting weekly consolidation, but we're holding EMA 12 though. It's looking, EMA 26, that white line. It's looking not too bad, and we could see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. If we take a look at ACB stock, which I just covered, it's very close to seeing its EMA 12 and 26 bull cross as well. So the more names that see that, the better. Tilray already had its. VFF, very close to seeing its bull cross. SNDL, OGI, very close as well. So the more names that do that, the better. So right now, CGC could see that occur over the next couple of weeks, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did start to pull back maybe next week. I think the most likely scenario is we do close above $1 for the next 3 days, and then everybody gets bullish, and then into next week is where we see further weekly consolidation and weakness. Everybody thinks we're going to go up after regaining compliance, and then we see weekly consolidation next week. And we had that huge reversal candle and upper wick there from last week as well. But congrats to the bulls that bought the dip. This is one of the only stocks that I'm up on. I was up almost 100% at one point on my Canopy position. Like I said, down on most of my names, down 40 to 60% because I've been dollar cost averaging. Like Tilray, for example, I'm still down like 50-60%, but I have been buying the dips and dollar cost averaging and lowering my cost basis. But CGC, I was lucky to avoid this one for a long time. I didn't own it for the longest time, and I was adding sub $1. And like I said, I've got an average of about, I think it was like 60 cents USD. And at one point I was up almost 100% there when I looked. I think I was up over 100% there, but I'm not looking to sell anytime soon. This is just my own personal opinion. I'm holding this for the long term. I think CGC will stand the test of time. There's even a talks about in the BNN interview from, what was it, Tilray up. So if we go here to the videos, you can see here I posted a video with Tilray CEO and BNN interview 6 days ago, and she made a joke. She's like, oh, what about Canopy Growth? They're in the dumps. Are you going to buy them too? So I don't think that will happen. But it's going to be an interesting few days ahead. All eyes will be on Canopy over the next 3 days to see whether or not we close above $1 for the next 3 days ahead of that September 25th meeting where we vote for the share consolidation proposal and reverse split. So again, watch out if we lose $1 over the next few days, but I'll be covering this extensively. If we take a look at the weekly time frame as well, we're still bullish there. The MACD and the stochastic still very much bullish and still well above the 10-week moving average. We're also topping out right at the 50 weekly. So that was a nice area to target a short or potentially unload and reload cheaper. But again, got some runway there until the 100 weekly moving average there at 405. So if we can get a weekly candle close over that 50 weekly at 176, we could be heading to $4 there and a back test of that 100 weekly moving average. And what usually happens with these moving averages is we get above it, we get extended to the upside, we come back, we gravitate back towards it, confirm it as support, lose it, confirm resistance, and then we get extended to the downside, confirm it as resistance. Now we're looking to get it back above and then confirm as support and gravitate back towards these moving averages. So if you think that Canopy is going to stand the test of time, one would think that over the next few weeks and months, we could start to trend back to those weekly moving averages there around $4 and then the 200 weekly there at $12. But again, it's likely going to be a couple of months. And we could see a golden cross as well. We're also topping out right at the 200-day moving average. So again, what happens? We get extended to the upside, we come back down, we get extended to the downside, come back up, resistance, then we come back up, resistance, and then eventually we could see a golden cross, and we usually gravitate back towards it. Look how far we got away from the 200-day moving average down here at 34 cents. If you just added there, right, you'd be up almost 500% there off of the lows as we started to gravitate back towards it. So that's all moving averages is just lagging indicators, right, of price over the last 50 days, 200 days, or week, right? If it's on the weekly time frame, it gives way more weight, right, because it's a longer period of time. But we could see a golden cross with the 50-day crossing through the 200-day moving average. Last time that happened, price went from about $13 all the way up to $50. And then we had the death cross with the 50-day above the 200-day, the shorter term above the longer term. And then price went from about $25 all the way down to 34 cents. So now we're way more beaten down than the last time we had a golden cross. So like I said, with all these catalysts looming, we realistically could see an announcement from the DEA on whether or not they approve that Schedule 3 recommendation over the next couple of months. And the charts are lining up for that as well. Tons of golden crosses out there. Everything is looking really, really good. The wild card will be the S&P 500 as well, the broader market. And then, like I said, I think short term, we could see a little bit more short-term pain in MJ. But over the next 1 to 2 months, I think we're really going to kick it into high gear, no pun intended. All right, going to end it there. It's Rod with Powell Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. Let me know what you think of this news. Do you think we're going to close over $1 for the next 3 days, or do you think we're going to see sub $1 and some selling pressure pick up? Always love hearing from you. We'll continue the conversation in the comments section below. Have a great night. We'll see you in the next video.